and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. We'll be getting to this puzzle on the screen in a moment. First of all, sincere congratulations to Matt McCurry and Andy Mitz, the latest names of people who have managed to reach the end of the Build Your Own Sudoku puzzle hunt. Thank goodness they had the time to try it. They both really liked it. So no surprise there. Thank you so much to Matthias Martinka for creating it. Now, loads going on the channel. We've had 2 crossword videos. One on the channel from Simon, solving Dave Gorman's puzzle lately. One on Patreon on Friday from, that was my solve of a very difficult times crossword. We have got the Arrow app coming up next week now. It should be, well, within a week of now. I can say that. But it will be next week. We've got so much going on Discord, and we're looking at a couple of multi-puzzle things that will probably appear on Patreon at some point. Really worth joining if you haven't already. Anyway, this puzzle came in from NXT Master, who said that he never thought this day would come, by which I think he means the day he submitted a puzzle to us to solve. He's been following the channel since late 2019, that's quite a while in the channel's history, and he's attempted every puzzle on the channel, even the ones back on when the CTC website didn't exist, and the only puzzles he could attempt with a link to the Killer Sudoku. I mean, astonishing. So he's attempted every puzzle up to mid-February. He had hopes of getting up to date with the uploads, but once we did double daily uploads, that became difficult. And not once did he see himself as a setter of puzzles until last week when he thought he was ready. Now, he wrote this to us a couple of weeks ago, so that wasn't that recently. Now, what is the basis for his puzzles? Fascinating. He's a member of an extremely small fan base for a mobile game that no longer exists, Defender of Texel. So give yourself a pat on the back if you know that game. Also DOT. When NXT Master started making puzzles, he themed them after the game in sort of hope of adding people to the empty intersection in the Venn diagram of Sudoku and DOT fans. Might not be empty, you never know. You never know. He made a few classic Sudokus with givens in the shape of letters. Then he started playing around with the extra region constraint, and this puzzle resulted. And he has sent us a picture to explain why it's called Scarecrow. And this is a character in the game, so there we go. Okay, I mean, I don't know what this means. It's clearly going to provide a useful bit of grist for the thumbnail. By the way, apologies to anybody who was offended by my original thumbnail yesterday. Which was not intended to have anything to do with current affairs. Anyway, so this is the Scarecrow, I believe, in the DOT game. And something to do with the question marks explains these 3 question marks are, I don't know, part of what the Scarecrow embodies somehow. And those are represented in the grid. So the rules as they apply to this grid are normal Sudoku rules. The coloured areas are extra regions that each contain the digits 1 to 9. And also there is a very important disjoint set rule, which means that each digit in the grid occupies every possible position in a 3x3 box once. Now, that means that you have to have a 1, for instance, in the bottom middle, a 1 in the bottom right. There must be a 1 in the bottom left. That could be there. There must be a 1 in the middle right. So that could be there. A 1 in the center middle. That could be there. A 1 in the left middle, maybe there. 1 in the left top. 1 in the middle top. Look, that would have... Oh, it wouldn't quite have worked. I've managed to get it wrong. Let's try... the right top and the middle top. Would that work? I think it would. So the 1s could, for instance, be in those positions. If it, look, you can see there's 2 1s in the blue shape and none in the green shape, if that was right. But that's the idea. So what you can also do is see the positions. So the top left all the top left cells in the 3x3 boxes form another extra region. They must contain the digits 1 to 9 because they only appear once each in the top left of a 3x3 box, for instance. And the same goes for every position in the box. This is a very difficult rule set to work with. I always find anything with disjoint subset is hard because you get used to scanning rows and columns and boxes. It is much harder to scan these disjoint sets, and that's why they're called disjoint, because they're not joined together. But do give it a go. I mean, the logic generally emerges gradually when you remember what you can use in the puzzle. My one tip would be don't expect to use the disjoint subset rule much early on when there are so few given digits in the grid, because it's much more helpful when you get a few digits to work with. Anyway, do give it a try yourself. That's by playing the link under the video. And I'm going to try it now. Let's get cracking. And what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Okay, where does 1 go in the grey? That looks like a good question. This looks like a very helpful position because it's ruling out all of those cells in the box and those in the column. It's not that helpful. 1 is in one of those two spots. This one sees lots of green cells. It sees all of those ones. So the 1 in the green now has to be somewhere there. And that means 1 in the blue is confined to those, which doesn't get us anything. Okay. What about this 3 then? Yeah, when they're tucked in this shape, this question mark shape, these two cells are always going to be quite valuable because they see so many. In fact, we can place the 3 in the grey. I've just worked that out. Can't be in any of those cells by regular Sudoku, so it goes in there. It's got to be the same for the 2 in the blue. The 2 in the blue is up there. Sounds like a Dr. Seuss book. And we've done the 1 as far as we can go. So they are helpful shapes for grey, green and blue respectively. It hasn't resolved anything to do with the 1, unfortunately. Now, okay, I've got something else. With this 5, that's seeing all those grey cells. So where does the 5 go in the little grey cells? In one of those two. The 4 similarly now can't be in those, so it's in one of those two. And that means the 4 in column 7's up there. The 5 in column 1 is up there. Let's not forget the disjoint subset rule. I don't think it helps yet, as far as I can tell. No, I don't think so. Okay, have we got anything else on these question mark shapes? Might be. This 9 sees all of those positions. So there must be a 9 somewhere there. I'm going to risk putting pencil marks that straddle boxes here, which isn't what I like doing. Hang on. 8, 3 and 7, 2 can't be in those green cells. So there's 5 green cells for them to occupy. These ones, though, must be from 1, 4, 6 and 9. That one can't be a 1, we know. That's the candidates. This is what I put in the center of the boxes, is candidates that are possible there. So 5 in this row, we can place that. Yes, it's not in the green and it's not there by Sudoku. So 5 goes here, and that restricts where 9 can be. This one is 4, 6 or 9, I suppose. And that 5 is now in the blue, so those can't be 5. Those can't be 5 because of that one. So 5 is confined to one of those two spots in box 6, and that places it here in column 8. Then it's one of those two. But look, now we can use the disjoint subset rule. Middle right has gone for 5, so we can get rid of that and put 5 in here. And green has gone for 5 there, so we can put 5 in here. I mean, it's a fascinating way that these rule sets work together, but we must be able to, that is in the same position as that in a box, so our last X-wing of 5s is resolved, and all the 5s are suddenly done, which is lovely. Still haven't got any information on that 1. We've got 8, 3, 5 in the grey. What about the blue? 7, 2, 5, 9 there, 4 in one of those. No. Can't believe we've got, you know, we placed all the 5s and that's lovely, but I doubt that gives us much more on the disjoint set rule. Certainly can't see anything. Right, we're going to have to find something else now. This is tricky. This is tricky to know what to look for. Right, 1 must be in one of those cells. That's not very interesting. Actually, these 2 positions for 1, they're both in the top right. So wherever it is in the grey, it's in the top right area. So that can't be a 1, another top right cell. It must be there. And maybe this is the thing to do. Let's look at these bottom right cells. We've got 5, 3, 1, 2, and 4, all amongst the givens. So the other 4 bottom right cells are 6, 7, 8, and 9. That one can't be 7. I don't know about that. This can't be 8. It's not that helpful. If we can find the right pressure point, though, this is kind of the positive thing. Earlier we were looking for where 5 was excluded from top middles, but we could actually look at one particular cell. Maybe middle right, I was just wondering about, but actually we've only got the 1, 5 in it. I mean, this was by far the most promising thing amongst the givens. It didn't really lead to anything. Or did it? No, I don't think it did. 9. The trouble is those 2 box positions are annoying. Could be in either. Oh, look, there's a 9 in the central position, so that can't be a 9. In fact, what have we got? 3, 2, 9, 5 in central positions now. So we need 1, 4, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 4, or 6 there. This can't be 8 because that's in the grey, or 1. So 4, 6, or 7 here. That can't be 7. There's not many restrictions though. And I mean, that can be all of them as far as I can see. Missing something bigger. Something more useful than this is going on here somewhere. And it's interesting. I just don't know whether it's going to be connected with the extra regions or the disjoint sets. 5, 3, 1, 2. 2 and 3 in the green have to be only in those cells. It's not that helpful. These left middles have got 5, 8, and 7. No, I cannot see how that helps. 7, 2, 5. So 4's in one of those. That can't be 7, 2, 5, 4, or 9. I don't know. I don't know what to look for. 3, 7, 2, 5. 8, 3, 5, 1. Okay, I suppose 1 can't be there or there because we know it's in the grey in one of those 2 positions. And these are 2 of the right middle positions. So where does 1 go? In the right middle, not in those positions or there or in those positions because of this 1. So 1 has to be in one of those two. Can I use that? Can I? Oh, I don't see how I can. Maybe it's to do with these positions. They see so many cells in the grey, don't they? Ah, that's the way to look at it, perhaps. What can these be? Oh, that is it. Oh, it's taken so long, and I nearly had it early on. It's what are these two cells that see, now I've suddenly realised, all of these. They are always the same as this pair. So that's an 8. That must be a 7. It sees all the blue cells except those two, so it's a 7. So when I put 1 in, that means 1's here. Now these right-hand cells are 1, 7, 5, 8. The others are 9, 3, 4, 2, and 6. Ah, no, it's not quite as helpful as I wanted. 9 is in one of these 3. Oops, not that, those 3. But I don't know which one. Oh, that was so... So this is whatever's in here with 1. So it's not 2 or 3, interestingly. Oh, maybe that. Yes, that's now a 4, 6, 9 triple in the right middles. Gosh, that's clever. Okay, so 2 and 3 are down in these two positions. And there they go. We suddenly know what they are. That can't be a 1. This is 6 or 8. That's 4, 6, or 7. Now, what about these left middles? Ah, yes, 7 and 8 are already taken, so that becomes a 6. And this is a 4. Now we've got a 7, 8 pair in the centres. Should I carry on with the left middles or do the centres? Let's do the centres. Switch horses in midstream. 7, 8, 9, 5, 2, 3. So these others are a 1, 4, 6 triple. So that can't be 7. This can't be 8. And that petered out in midstream. But let's then look at, what was it, the left-hand side. 4, 8, 7, 6, 5 all done. So the other 4 are 1, 2, 9, and 3. Well, 3 has to be in one of those two. That could be 1 or 9. This could be 2 or 9. This one can't be 4 or 6 anymore, so it is getting limited there. So one more look at the right-hand side. 2, 3, 1, 7, 8, 5. Yes, that left us with this 4, 6, 9 triple. I don't know how to deal with that. Wow, that was interesting though. We did get some go forward in some of those positions. Now, what have we got in blue? Let's go back to blue. 7, 2, 5 there. 1 now can't be in those cells, so it's definitely in one of these cells. One of these two, in fact. And therefore, it's not here. And we can place 1 in box 3. That gives us the 4 there. And now that might add to our knowledge of the disjoint subsets, the disjoint sets, rather. Oh, hang on 1 second. I will have to deal with that. Sorry about that. Just had to let my son in. Now, we've got a 1 there. Right, that's going to take 1 out of that cell. 2 is in one of those. Is that fixed by the disjoint set rule? No. This is 9 or 8 by Sudoku. I don't think that's fixed by the disjoint subset rule either. But 9 is in one of those two cells in column 7, and therefore it's one of those two cells for box 6, and that is not a 9, so we know where 9 goes in the final column. So these bottom rights, that's a 6, 8, 7 triple now amongst those cells. 8 must be in one of these two in column 6. Does that get anything done? No. These two have to be from 3, 6, or 8, although that one can't be a 6. I haven't done much in the top right on the disjoint rule. I don't think there's anything available. 2 must be up here somewhere. Therefore, in one of those 2. Has anything been decided on the disjoint? Hang on. I said 2 could be in any of the top 3. Actually, it can. If that was a 2, that wouldn't be, but that's just speculation. We've got 3, 6, and 8 to place up here. Ah, look at these 3 top rights. They are 3, 6, and 8. So, top rights, 3, 6, and 8 there. 5 here. Oh, and then that peters out. Ah, no, 2. Yes, 2 can't be in any of those because of this 2. So actually, let's just delete that one. But that means in the top right, 2 is in one of those 2, which places it in the green. Does that help the green at all? It means 2 can't be there. But that doesn't rule on these at all. No, I don't see how to use that. There might be a way, and I can't see it, but hey ho. Now, let's have a look at the middle left. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I've looked at this before. 4 there, 2, 5, 8. Maybe the grey. There's probably something very easy. I mean, so much has been done, and it's so hard to keep track. Actually, there are 5 dimensions in this puzzle. Rows, columns, boxes, extra regions, and disjoint sets. So it is quite hard to keep track of. I'm not gonna feel ashamed about that. So the grey, that was what I was going to look at next. 8, 3, 5. 1 in one of those. 2. Where's 2 going in the grey? It's got to be here. Bang. That's very useful, because that fixes 2 in the green as well. That fixes 2 in box 9. I have a feeling we've got, well, we're going to finish all the 2s now. Yeah, there we go. And you know with disjoint subset you can't just get, oh, you can get left with an X-wing actually. So that proud, yeah, that's a 2, and the final 2 is there. That's all the 2's done. Lovely. Now, so let's look at one of the positions. No, bottom middle. 2, 1, 5. Ooh, where's 4 going to be in the bottom middle? Either there or there. Don't see what that gets resolved, unfortunately. Oh, actually, there's something I've just spotted. 4 there means 4 in box 4 has to be in the grey somewhere. One of those 2 positions. That's not necessarily helpful in box 4, but it means it's not in the grey up here. So now 4 in row 2 is in one of those 2 positions. 1 and 4 definitely appear there in the green. Are they resolved by something disjoint? Maybe one of these 2 positions. No, we haven't got many 4s in the grid. Okay. Bottom left. I might have looked at this recently. 5, 4, 2. Don't know. Sorry if you are shouting something at the screen. I can't see everything at once, and I don't know exactly what you're looking at that I'm not. Right, let's have a look at box. Yes, okay. This in box 9, just by Sudoku, this is a 3 or an 8, and that gives us a pair here, so we know that is a 7. 3, 8, 9, triple there. 3, 8 pair, 5, 2. So 4 is one of these. That's not a 3 now, so we can place the 3 there. 3, 2, 4, 5, all done. Ah, so where's 1 going to go in the bottom left? The only possible position is here. That doesn't quite resolve where 1 goes in column 3. Oh, hang on, it does though. That 1 fixes this as a 9. It puts 1 there and 4 there. That really is progress. Right, row 2 suddenly done. 8, 3, 6, 2, 7, 6 in the grey gives us a 4 here. This is now a 1, 9 pair, which puts 4 here in the row. It's going to do something for the disjoint set in the top right. 4, 1, 9, 2, 5. That's a 3, 6, 8 set, so that is 7. It's very pretty when this stuff all comes together, I have to say. 6, 8 pair. This is a 9 in column 6. 3 there. That's a 1, and this is a 4. Let's take out the pencil marks. I think that means this has become a 1. Yeah, that can't be a 3. This 725914. So 6 or 8 there. So that's a 6, 8 pair. The 3 in the blue has been positioned. That becomes a 9 as well. That can't be 3. Is this? Yeah, this 1, 9 set in the grey is resolved. So the grey is finished. First colour to be finished. That's a 9. This is 6 or 7, and that's 6 or 8. A 6 there and a 7 there. 6, 2, 9. That's an 8. That fixes 6 up in the corner. 2, 9, 4. What have we got? They're not resolved. 6, 8 pair in the bottom row. 9 goes in there. Oh, all the 9s are done now. Yeah. I mean, I think we are pretty much finished. I could do this using any of the 5 dimensions, I imagine. So hopefully regular Sudoku will get me there any moment. And as soon as I say that, I start looking for disjoint clues, because they might help more, because I'm that kind of crazy. 2, 9, 4, 5, 7, 3. So 1 there. These other 2 bottom lefts are a 6, 8 pair, and that does help. 3 there, 8 there. We've got 3 and 7 at the top. I can fill them in. We've got 4, 7, and 6. That's become a 4 by Sudoku. Top left, yes, there is a 6 up there. So we know that's a 7. That's going to disambiguate the rest of the puzzle. 8, 6, 8 there, 6 there, 8 there. The green is correct. Oh, and something has suddenly gone wrong here. And when I say suddenly gone wrong, I mean I have messed it up. Now, I think that 4 looks wrong. Can that be a 6? And this be a 4? I don't know how I did that pencil marking. Right, well, oh, maybe I did it by the disjoint subset, so maybe that is all hideously bad. 1, 2... I mean, I don't want to check every subset. Let's just press the tick. It says it's all right. I'm going to have a look at the colours. They look all right. Through the tick won't be checking for the extra regions or the disjoints, though. So, given that my problems may have been in those 2 cells, okay, that looks a decent set. I may have just mistyped a number. 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and those 2 regions I look okay. 5, 6, 4, 7, 8, 9, 3, 1, 2, 5, 3, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 6, 4. I do want to check I've done this right, because it would be embarrassing to submit to claim that I had finished it and not have done so. And one error could have sprung from another one. That is always the risk. I'm just running through all the disjoint positions, and they do work. Okay, thank goodness for that. So sorry about the pencil marking problem there. It's a very nice puzzle. I hope you had a go at that. And well done to NXT Master for creating something that really does occupy the brain. Some very nice workings of the subset together with the extra regions. I did very poorly at spotting how those 2 2-cell regions had to be in those positions. But There we go. Got there in the end. Hope you had a good time with that. Hope to see you again soon on the channel. Bye for now.